Hey, this is Val Selby, and after over 20 years online, I can track where my mindset has blocked me. If procrastination, imposter syndrome, and a lack of focus have been blocking your biz, then Val Full Volume is here to help you see choices you are making. Get ready to use your expertise to collaborate like a pro as you create the business of your dreams. Now is the time to make changes and live your best life. Let's get to it. Hello. Thanks for being here with me another week, or possibly you just found me. I'm Val Selby, and I own Bundle Bash. Oh, it's fall, like today. Let me tell you that I am human, and today proves it. It's icky out. We've had such a gorgeous summer here in the Seattle area. Like, I think we only hit 100 a couple of days, which has not been normal for us. We've had lots of days of 100 the previous few summers. We had a lot of days in the 80s, which is absolute perfection. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Not a lot of rain, as you can tell by everything is all the grass is brown. You could feel that it was changing, and change has a lot to do with what I want to talk about today. And you could feel that it was changing. And I'm one of those people that I don't really do like the spring cleaning, but when fall hits, it's like super nester. Like, okay, I can feel it. This house is going to get closed up really soon. I've got to dust everything. It also helped that my allergies were getting bad, so that I looked around and went, oh, maybe I could help myself and clean the house. But I get totally in that mode of, okay, let's clean. Let's start putting things away. Are we going to really need the fans out in every single room and multiples of them in some rooms? Just totally evaluating everything. And today it is so drizzly. Oh, it's just gross. And it leads me to the I don't want us. I mean, like, I have to get stuff done today because we're leaving tomorrow and we're going to go up to Vancouver, BC for a week, I think. 6 days, 7 days. Yeah, I think we're there for a week. And I'm not going to work. And that means I have to get stuff done today. I mean, there's real stuff that has to get done. Deadline stuff has to get done. And all I can do is sit here and look out the window and go, but I don't wanna. And it's going to be even more difficult for me to go out and walk in this. And today's supposed to be my long walk day. And it will be, because I'm not going to self-sabotage. I started really working on myself last week, working on my health. I started reading. I'm almost done with the full book. And this is probably the first full book I have read, in air quotes, in at least 8 years, at least. I used to be an avid reader. And anymore, I'm picking up books, and there are even books that I really want to read, and I'm picking up books, and I'm a chapter in, and it has nothing to do with the book. It has to do with the fact words. I cannot look at words. I'm looking at words all day long. And when I pick up a book, my brain is just like, this is not soothing. There is nothing relaxing about this. Work, words, work. So last week, I just jumped all in. I'm like, you know what? The only way for me to be making changes is to absolutely be making changes. I didn't talk to anybody about it. I just decided this is going to happen. I'm going to start working out. There was a Facebook ad for this gamified walking and stuff like that. And of course, you know how Facebook and Google listen to your thoughts. And it popped up. I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, you know what? This sounds like fun. Let's go ahead and do this. So now I'm betting against myself is what I'm doing. for getting my walks in, which is why I know I will get my long walk in today, because I have $20 of my own money on the line and I'm going to get my $20 back. Anyways, I started all of that last week. And when I started that, I also thought, you know what, I'll give Audible a try. It seemed really, I don't even know why. It seemed weird to listen to a book. Maybe old school. I don't know. It just did. And I am so, so thankful that something in my brain said, you know what, let's just try it. So when I'm doing my walks, I'm listening to the book. And the book that I picked, or it picked me, do not know, is The Mountain Is You, Transforming Self-Sabotage into Self-Mastery. And it's by Brianna Weist. And it couldn't have been a more perfect book for where I am right this minute. It's been crazy as I'm walking and listening, how much everything is just like, uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. It's so me. And I know that I have a self-sabotage issue. And that's what drew me to the book immediately, was I know this and it's something I've worked on. But this book, oh my gosh, speaking right to me and the things that I do, and just a really nice wake-up call. And I know if I had grabbed this book, hard copy of this book, I would have started reading it and I would have set it down, because there's so much stuff to do during the day. And like I said, words, I don't want to look at words. I'm really aware of this, that it's not relaxing, like I said. But the fact that the narrator is reading it to me is almost, I don't want to say it's like a coaching session, but that's kind of what it feels like. I needed to hear the words. Even if I had read this book, I don't think I would have felt the words. But hearing the words, and of course I'm out there walking, so there's nothing else to do but feel the words. I'm taking it in, and I'm not worried about taking everything in. I'm taking in what I know I need right now, whatever's hitting me. I'm just letting it happen. And I'm making changes. I swear I am making changes as I'm listening. There's like, oh, yeah, I do that. Okay, well, let's not do that anymore. Now I'm aware of I am doing that, why I'm doing that. So I wanted to find out, are you also a self-sabotager? I think most of us are. I really do. And that's what part of the book was, talking about, is it's natural. Because our brains want to keep us comfortable, right? They want to keep us in our comfort zone. They want to keep us with the safe of, okay, well, we know that this is safe. So in order to keep us safe and doing what we always do, whether it's good or bad, we know the outcome of it. Let's just sabotage and not do that. And for me, I've been specifically looking, well, no, I guess I'm not. I'm looking at business and personal as I'm doing it. I'm just letting it be. Any of the thoughts that are flowing through, I'm just letting it be. But know for a fact that I've done it so many times in my business of the sabotaging. A lot of the times, and I know clients, if you'll listen in and we've worked together, I know that we've talked about this same thing with marketing. I know how often are you doing all of the work, getting amazing products out there, and then there's no marketing. You're not telling anybody about it. It's totally a self-sabotage move. It's one thing I noticed, totally noticed it, got called out by a coach on it 4 years ago. I don't know, probably 4 years ago, could be 5 years ago. I had the sales page up. I was proud of myself because I didn't do, back then, I knew I had a pattern. I would get things done, and it's like the day before the launch, and I was going to get everything done. And then I'm just like, email out, launch tomorrow, kind of thing. It was very rushed. I wasn't doing things ahead of time. So this time I'm like, okay, getting everything done 2 weeks before, huge momentous occasion for me, right? Getting everything done 2 weeks before, emailed, maybe. I think I sent one email out, and then I might have, I'm not even positive, put something on my Facebook page that there wasn't any traffic to anyways, right? And crickets. In my head, though, I had done marketing because I'd done it ahead. And why weren't people buying? And I suck. I mean, just the whole downward spiral. And so I met with my coach, and she's just like, all right, well, let's pull up your stats, and pull up the stats. And I want to say there'd been 10 clicks to the page. I mean, it could have been 4. It was ridiculously low. And she's just like, okay, so how many times did you email? In my head, I swear I felt like I had emailed multiple times about it because I started ahead of time. So in my head, I did this. And I go to open up my stats, and I'm like, oh my God, I emailed one time. And, I don't remember how many clicks. It wasn't a whole ton of clicks. And the conversion to how many people actually went to my page from that email was actually really good for how few people were on my email list, and my open rates weren't very good. And then, I had, like I said, maybe 10 people I clicked on. My stats were actually really good. But that's all I did was the one email. And she even called me out on it. She's just like, well, why? And I broke down and started crying, and I'm like, I don't know. And that was another catalyst into me really working on my business mindset, because I didn't know, and I didn't know how to make it better. And I had no idea why I was sabotaging, and this book was really going into, part of the sabotaging could be money issues. It could be this, it could be that. So I just really let that flow through my brain of, okay, so what are my money issues? What is, and I know my daughter and I have talked about poverty mindset and how we both see it. We both see that we are doing it. We're both working on it. When it pops up, we do text each other and kind of giggle about it. It's like, okay, this just happened and it's not going to happen again, kind of thing. Or, okay, I decided I want this and I'm going to buy it, damn it. And we cheer each other on. We're like, okay, we're doing better. But I really paid attention to the whole money mindset of, I didn't grow up with a lot of money. And I had a lot of friends that did have a lot of money. And so I'm paying attention to, okay, well, what kind of habits did I create out of necessity? I did learn not to ask for things unless I absolutely could justify it. And it wasn't anything that I remember a conversation per se. It was just, I guess, always known. I mean, my parents would talk about the bills. So I knew about money and I knew about paying the bills and all of that. And our kids did too. But I'm aware that there's probably so many times over my childhood. And I know for sure that, the kids had the same thing of constantly hearing, well, we can't afford that right now. We can't afford that right now. And especially, I think that last term right now. And it led to a bad habit of when I do get money, I usually spend it. I go get all of the things. It's like a treat, right? It's like, oh my God, there's extra money. I am going to go get all of the things. I'm being really good about not doing that because that is a form of self-sabotage. Because what happens when you don't have the cushion? Anxiety happens, right? Look at all of the things that I've gone through over the last few months. I had the cushions in there. So when I had to go and pay for updating my LLC, changing some other things, moving stuff around, taking things on all myself, those were added expenses. And thankfully I had that there. I hadn't gone out and gone, okay, well, I need all of the cool new stuff for business now because I have the money and it's there. I didn't do that. So I didn't sabotage and cause myself extreme anxiety. And even like this week, I had to go get ThriveCart. My cart is broke and it's not taking PayPal. And I've been trying for 2 months and it's costing me money. So I had to go move money around and go get ThriveCart. And I could do that without anxiety because I just had to move money around and it's there. That money was staring me in the face over the last few months of going, oh my God, there's this cool new toy for the business. We could go and get that. It's like, no. I don't want anxiety. I don't want to be living with poverty mindset in my business. I want to be thriving, no pun intended with the cart, thriving in my business. And that requires the comfort of having accounts that sit there for the rainy days. Like today, when you break your shopping cart and you have to go learn a new one, leaves it for that. But the money mindset is a self-sabotage. I'm aware of that. I am aware of that. How many of us girls do, and we joke about it, retail therapy. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a money mindset thing as well. Buying the actual stuff. It's got endorphins, sends out endorphins, and they don't last very long, right? So paying attention to that. All right. So self-sabotage into self-mastery. If you know that this is an issue that you're having, I highly recommend picking this book up. If you're not a reader, I highly recommend doing Audible. Give it a trial. There's a trial. Listen to it. I'm listening to it in the car, while I'm walking. I'm almost done with it. I'm so excited for that. I think it said I only have 22 more minutes left. So that will be completed when I'm out doing errands. I actually downloaded a brand new book to listen to because I know before I get to my walk, I will already need a new book. But if you are in self-sabotage, just start being aware. Just start being aware. Where are you blocking yourself? You don't even necessarily need to know why. Not at first. You might have an easy answer and know why, but just become aware of what you're doing. My health is really bad right now. I'm not taking care of myself. And that's a self-sabotage. Putting myself last is a self-sabotage. So I'm not doing that. Hence the new books that I'm reading. Hence the walking that I'm doing. I'm 100% doing it for me. And it's at the top of my priority list. For once, when I'm out doing my walks, I'm not rolling through my entire to-do list of everything that I should be doing instead of being out on a walk. I'm for once in, it's been years. Walking, going for my walks is my priority over all else. And it feels good because I know I'm putting myself first and I'm not going to sabotage. I'm going to keep putting myself first. I don't care that it's raining today. I'm still going to put my rain jacket on and I'm going to get my booty down there and I'm going to go for a walk and I'm going to continue to listen to my books because they're making me feel good. And they are bringing amazing things to my business. The clarity is really coming for exactly what I want to create. I had a meeting with somebody yesterday too, and it was so fun to talk to somebody about my business who knows nothing about it. So she was just helping me talk it through. And it was so exciting. We ended up, I think our 1 hour call ended up being closer to 2. It was awesome. And that's because of this book and me putting myself as a priority. I'm constantly asking myself, what do I want? What do I want to create? And it doesn't feel heavy when I'm asking myself that. There's plenty of times where that is just like brings in the anxiety of, oh my God, I don't know what I want. There's so many things and all of the things, and I want to do everything and all of my websites, and there's a million websites and I have 12 million more ideas still. None of that is plowing through my head right now. It's just, okay, how do I get more focused and do more of what I love? And that's where the self-sabotage will stop. And it'll be more self-mastery and really leaning into my zone of genius. And believe me, zone of genius, I'm going to read the Big Leap. Is it the Big Leap? The Great Leap, the Big Leap. I'm going to read that. I think I read over half of it years ago, and I just wasn't in a spot because all that kept going through my head is, I don't have a zone of genius. I was not in a good spot. I don't have a zone of genius. So if your brain said that, and you're immediately like, I already tuned you out, girlfriend. It's okay to not know your zone of genius. It's okay, because it's something that you're doing all the time and you're so good at it, you don't realize that you're doing it. So it took me a long time to figure out my zone of genius. So don't stress. Don't cause anxiety trying to figure it out. Just go with, okay, what do I like doing? Just keep asking yourself, what can I do more of that I like doing that brings you money? If marketing is not something that you like doing, but you want to be in business, I don't care. You're going to have to do it. It's a have to. It's a have to. Otherwise, it's a self-sabotage. So get out there, get marketing, collaborate with people so that they are marketing for you as well. All right. Well, I'll end this because I'm going to have to go out in the rain because putting myself first, and that's okay. It's not selfish. How can you put yourself first in your business, in your day-to-day, in your personal life, in everything? How can you put yourself first and feel good about it? All right. Thanks for listening. I will chat at you next week.